Good day, everyone. Let's continue with our English lessons. Our last lesson was on letter writing, and we are still on letter writing. And the first letter that we did was informal letter. An informal letter, we write to our friends and loved ones. And writing informal letter, your language must be friendly or has an informal language. We're writing, use the informal language. We're writing an informal letter. And we also do, or we did, an activity where we were trying to identify parts of the letter. And the parts were the address, the date, salutations, opening remarks, the main body that could be put into paragraphs, and then you have the conclusion and then subscriptions. Those are the parts we identified in our last activity. Let's continue from there. We say informal letters. Letters to loved ones or friends. Now, for today, we are looking at another type of letter, that is formal letters. The informal letter we write to our loved ones and friends. How about the formal letters? Whom did we write to? We say formal letters are official or business letters sent from an individual to an office. It's different with informal. Informal, you write to our loved ones or friends, whereby informal language could be used there. But the formal, we address it to who? The office, business, we send it to office, to business people, to their office. And here, the key point here, it is official. And when things are official, it's very, very important here. Your language here will be different with that of the informal letter. The informal letter is a friend, you know it, a relative, you know it, that individual. But this one you are writing to somebody whom you don't see or you have never met before. So it is very important to take note. The informal letter, we have only one address, and it could be straight or slant. Now let's look at features of formal letters. 1, writer's address. 2, date. 3, receiver's address. 4, salutation. Title. 6, body. And the main body could be divided into 3 parts. That is the introductory, the main body, and then the concluding body. And then after the concluding body, you have your subscriptions. The writer's address, put that first, followed by the date, and then the receiver's address. After the receiver's address, salutations. After the salutations, you have what? The title. Now, your reasons are there now. Put the body into 3 parts. You have the introductory body, you have the main body, and then you have the concluding body, and then your subscriptions. Writer's address. This is the address of the sender of the letter. And it is located where? At the top right corner of the paper. There will be your own address. You, the writer, put it there. like Brikama, Brikama Ba Lower Basic School. And then I have my P.O. Box 2703, Brikama Ba, full stop, comma, comma, full stop. After Brikama Ba, full stop, then I have my date here. Let me say 30th April 2020. My address should be here, the top right corner of the paper. And the date should follow. And this is referring to the actual day or month and year the writer writes the letter or a letter. The date is telling you that. The receiver's address, this refers to the address of the receiver of the letter whom you are writing to. It includes the position, office, and location. It should be located at the left corner under the date. Your date is here. Let's say this is your line. The other line is here. Your date is here, you the writer, at the right top corner, but the receiver's address will be the left corner under the date. Don't put it on the same line with the date. At least leave that line, go down and put the receiver's address. Let's say the head teacher, comma. We have head teacher, we have Brikama Ba Lower Basic School. Then we have P.O. Box 703, and then we have Brikama Ba, full stop. That is your own address, and that is the address of the receiver. We say the receiver's address should include the position, the office, and locations. This is to Brikama Ba Lower Basic School. And whom are you writing to? To the head teacher. Where is Brikama Ba Lower Basic School? Where? At Brikama Ba itself. So that is the receiver's address. And that is your own address that you write as the writer, and then also include the receiver's address. That is for formal letters. For informal letter, you only have to write only your address, that is the writer. But formal, to address here. That is the receiver's address and your own address. You, the writer, I said at the right top corner of your paper, and the receiver's address will be at the left corner under the date. From the address, we come to the salutations. And the salutation refers to the greetings. After the receiver's address, underneath, there you have your salutation or greetings. Dear sir, dear madam, dear sir or madam. If you look at the informal letter, there are some differences there. Our salutations are different. So you can say dear auntie, dear this, dear dearest, dear Fanta when it comes to informal letter. But the formal letter is different. We address people by saying sir, madam, sir, or madam. You can use sir if you know individual whom you are writing to, whether the person is a male or a female, you use either sir or madam. But if you don't know the person whom you are writing to, you may put sir stroke madam. From the salutations, we have the title. Writing formal letters, we include title there. You must put your title in the letter. Every formal letter must carry a title. The title tells us what a writer writes about. With the title alone, you'll be able to know what the person is trying to write. Example, reason for my absenteeism from school. What is my letter going to be? I'm going to write a letter to my head teacher to explain to him about my absenteeism from school. So my title will be reason for my absenteeism from school. Oh, if you need a scholarship and you want to write an example, seeking for sponsorship, that could be another title. Now, from the title, we move to the main body. And we say the main body is divided. This is divided into three. We have the introductory body, the main body, and then the concluding body. That is the body of the letter. But for informal letter, we only have the main body that could be put into different paragraphs depending on our intention or intentions of writing that letter. But here is the body, and it is divided into three. This refers to the detailed explanation of the writer's intention of writing the letter. It is divided into three: the introductory body, main body, and concluding body, which should be written in paragraphs. Example, this letter, I'm writing it to my head teacher, explaining to him about my absenteeism from school. Listen to my introductory body. My reason for writing this letter is to explain my absenteeism from school. That could be my introductory body. My reasons for writing this letter is to explain my absenteeism from school. It has something to do with my title. I continue, and that is my main body here. That is the introductory body, the first one I read. Now I'm coming to the main body. The reason of my absenteeism from school is due to sickness. I have been very sick and hospitalized for the past 3 days. I suffered from chronic malaria, which resulted to my admission at the hospital. That is my main body, where I explain the reasons of my absenteeism from school. Let me read that again. The reason of my absenteeism from school is due to sickness. I have been very sick and hospitalized for the past 3 days. I suffered from chronic malaria, which resulted to my admission at the hospital. That could be my main body of the letter. And then the concluding body of the letter. I thank God I have recovered and hope to come to school when I am much better. Thank you for understanding. You are addressing it to somebody important, so the language used should be very, very observed here, very important to observe your language here. You don't just write and use any language you want when writing a formal letter. And it should not also be too long. Short and precise. The main body, go straight to your point, and then conclude it, period. After the conclusion, come to your subscription. If you look at the formal letter, our subscription, yours ever, yours love, that one, it is not with the formal letter. The subscription refers to the complementary closing of the body. And that could be yours faithfully. After yours faithfully, comma, your signature must come before writing your name. This time around, don't write only your name without your surname, because this individual doesn't know you in person. If you are addressing it to your head teacher cannot know everybody in the school. It is very, very difficult. Your name must be inclusive, or you are writing to an office. Put your surname there. For this one, I say, yours faithfully, signature should come, Fatu Sar, then full stop. Your subscriptions, yours faithfully, comma, signature, Fatu Sar, with the surname, not only the name. It's not a friendly letter to use informal language or whatsoever. This one is an office letter, and it should be properly written. Don't play with language here. Be straightforward to the point, and then write them down, and then end your letter. Very interesting. So, I think with the help of this letter, you should be able to pick from there to write or to develop yourself in writing just short letters at your free time at home. So the formal letter is from the People's Book 6, but the informal letter was People's Book 5. The formal letter, the sample is in Book 6. You can try your own, but my body and introductory part and other things, those paragraphs, I write it on my own, not exactly what is in Book 6, but you have formal letters in Book 6. Try more at home on your own with the help of your parents. Just take note of some important features when writing the formal letter. Make sure that you write the writer's address first, date, receiver's address, salutations, title, body, which you can divide into 3 main parts: the introductory, main body, and then the concluding body. Come to your subscription and then end your letter. That your parents can also edit for you at their free time. Do the same for formal letter. Try to develop these skills before we meet again when school opens. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. And that's the end of my letter for you today. Bye-bye.